pipeline.
Yusuf Elliott Prune.
This is Donovan Dash with Sleeves Up TV reporting from world famous Master Tidies LA at the Muay Thai Ultimate Open Workout. Today we're going to be starting off with Tony Fausto, or as most like to call him, Tony Bada Bing Fausto. How are you feeling today?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Cool, cool. So how's training going for this fight?
Training's been going good. We're working on a peak schedule, so as training gets closer to the fight, we'll just keep building up on our fight schedule. So we'll be doing more and more as the fight gets closer to us.
All right, cool. Have you been noticed you've got a lot of fights? So we're looking at 15-5, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So have you noticed as you're progressing in Muay Thai, is it becoming harder or easier to find time training as an amateur?
It goes both ways. Sometimes it's a little harder. Sometimes it is hard to find some time to do all that stuff because the training regimen is definitely a lot different than it is for when you're just starting out. It's a lot more demanding than it is now, so you have to really put in a lot more time into your training. If you want to do a training session, it takes about 2 to 3 hours for just the one a day.
2 to 3 hours for just the first workout. So
yes,
you said for a one a day.
For a one a day.
Does it change? Does it change up for a 2 a day or a 3 a day?
As we get closer to fight time, we'll be doing 2 a days, 2 to 3 hours each session.
So you're going to be headlining this card as the main event against Mario Harris. Is this going to be your first time fighting as the main event?
This will be our second time fighting as a main event.
So who did you fight for your first time as a main event?
I was at the Bonaventure. It was 2 years ago. We were fighting against Brian Del Rosario at that time.
Brian Del Rosario from Saxon, currently fighting on Lion Fights.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a good fight to have.
That was one of the hardest fights we ever had. He's a very, very tough guy. We gave him everything we got, and he kept coming at us. So it was a good back and forth fight. We really would like to have a rematch with him just because it was just a very, very fun fight. Just a very fun and exciting fight to have.
So does this mean that you're going to be looking to turn pro anytime soon?
We're hoping so at the end of this year, if everything goes accordingly, to get into the pro races.
What can you tell us a little bit about your last fight?
Our last fight was a little bit of a last-minute fight, but we knew we needed something to kind of jumpstart us again and get us going. So we took the fight. It was a full rules Muay Thai fight. We did very well. Everything we were focusing on was just to stay really clean on our technique and just not break from that. And we did really well. We looked very clean. We were just very happy with the performance in that fight.
All right, cool. And then that fight ended with a win by unanimous decision, correct?
Yes, sir. Throughout the fight, it was just a steady build, just like a traditional Muay Thai fight should be. You know, starts off nice and steady, and as it gets strong, going, it gets a lot stronger, faster pace, and it was really, really good fight. Really enjoy that type of a fight.
All right, cool. So you're going to be fighting for the IKF belt.
Yes, sir.
So how many belts will this be for you should you pull off the win?
This will be our first belt. We pull this one off.
This is definitely exciting.
Yeah.
So what was it like when you got the green light for a title fight?
We were really, really excited to even be considered for a title belt. So we're really going to push and do everything we can to make this happen and bring that belt home for us.
All right, cool. So tell me this. Why is Tony Bada Bing Fausto going to win this fight?
I'll say above anything else would be just the strength and conditioning that we've put in and all the time and effort that we put into fine-tuning all of our technique. And you're really going to see it in this fight.
All right, so the Pacific Training Center.
Yep.
What can you tell us about it?
We fight out of San Diego. I've been with Eddie for about 7 years now. I met him in Thailand. He was out there fighting in Thailand, and I saw him, and the first thing I did when I came back to the States, I knew I had to train with him. So I met him, and I've been with him ever since. It's very, very traditional, very straightforward approach to Muay Thai. And it's kind of just changed my whole style since I came back.
All right. So is there anybody else out of Pacific Training Center fighting at MTU?
Yeah, we have Jonas fighting out of Pacific Training Center. He'll be doing his first fight he's had in a few years, so it'd be good to see him. And his technique is really spot on right now. He's coming in all the time and working really hard, so it'd be good to see him on that card too.
All right, cool. What about anybody else fighting anywhere?
Currently right now it's just the two of us, so we're really privileged right now that we get to focus on just one fight, the two of us.
Cool. So having them on the same card as you, has that helped with training?
Yeah, so we're both really up in our training a lot, and it's good to have a training partner same size as me, and we're just kind of going at it day by day and just kind of building each other up as we go along.
How'd you end up with the nickname Bada Bing?
Well, it's kind of funny. We were at this fight in Del Mar a few years ago, and I didn't have a name, so the announcer just said Tony Bada Boom Bada Bing. And at that point, it just stuck. And with that name, we've had a very good run. We had a 4-year run with no losses off that name, so we kind of just stuck it out with it.
Oh, so that
fit. So
names brought you a lot of luck.
It just brought me some luck, so we just stuck it out.
All right, cool. So what can we expect to see from Bada Bing at MTU?
Expect to see really traditional Muay Thai. Just a very straightforward approach to Muay Thai. Nothing too crazy. Nothing that's going to break apart from what we have built as a base for us in our foundation in Muay Thai.
All right. So what can you tell us about the MTU experience as a fighter?
As a fighter, I would say MTU first and foremost brings tradition to Muay Thai, brings it back, has everybody come in and do the white crew and show the respect to their trainers and just Muay Thai as a whole. Really appreciate that. Faith is top notch. She's done everything for us and been very helpful. Very accommodating, and above anything else, she's very professional. The whole organization is just very professional, well done, very traditional. Really appreciate everything that they've done for us thus far.
All right, cool. So is there anything else that you want to tell the Sleeves Up crowd?
Just stay tuned, and we got a great fight coming for you guys on the 15th. That's about it, man.
All right, so that'll be Tony Fausto fighting in your main event against Mario Harris at the Marconi Auto Museum, February 15th, the Muay Thai Ultimate.